Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and I'm finally back with part 2 of the Scrying with Scrolls video. So if you watched the first one, I showed you how to make scrolls for scrying, and today we're going to do a reading with the scrolls that I made. But before we do this, so if you want to watch that one first, that might be helpful. It should be in the metaphysical-ish video playlist, I think. If that's not correct, I'll fix it. I'll correct it in this one on in the description box, okay? All right, so one thing I was going to show you what you should not do. And one of the ways we were making scrolls was I was doing it in this notebook, which is it's just a multimedia art notebook. And one way you can do it is put your paint over here and then put your paint like we did and then do this whoosh, 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 and then open it up. But what I did was I used acrylic paint out of the jars and it was just too thick. So like you might be able to get a message out of this, but like frankly, I don't think that worked very well. So I probably would not do that again. If I did, I would make sure I got little splooshes and not big globs like that, because that doesn't make it easier. And then we did this paper one with ink, and that actually didn't turn out too badly. So that's another way you could do it. And you don't have to use ink. You could use acrylics, but I like the brightness of the ink, and the only problem is it's very splashy and it doesn't come off of things very easily if you stain things. So again, I sort of really like the cloth ones, the canvas ones that I made, and these are them. And I made 3 different sizes, so you can make them like tarot card size if you want. These are approximately 4.5 by 6, and then the second size was 6 by 9. And the third size was 9 by 12. Yeah, 9 by 12. So we're going to do a little reading today. I'm going to show you or demonstrate how you might do it. Now, you notice all these little stuff, these little threads coming off the edge. Well, if it gets too much and you're like, ew, I hate that, then you might want to get some, what is that glue called? It is called... Let me go run and get it. I will be gone 30 seconds or less. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so this glue is very great. I love this glue. It's Fabri-Tac, and this is wonderful. And you could just put a little bead around the edge, let it dry, and then that should prevent it from fraying if fraying is not what you like. Now, when it gets kind of a little bit fringy, like this, or, you know, it kind of looks cool to me, but then, of course, you don't want the whole thing to disintegrate and fall apart either, so... and plus it's like really tempting to pull them, isn't it? Okay, so let's see how many I have now. I'm going to show you how you might do a reading with this. And then I want to talk about another video that I'm going to be doing involving scrying. That's in this book. Scrying For Beginners by Donald Tyson. And it might be something that you've never thought of as scrying, but yeah, it is. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to see which one I have most of. 2, 3, 4, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's do the big ones. Again, some of these I use. This is acrylic paint on, and this is just a cheap canvas drop cloth that I got at Walmart. Now, if you don't want it to show through the back like this, you're going to have to get a heavier canvas. This didn't really bother me. I was pretty much experimenting with it, and I did some colors and I did some black and whites. I really actually like both, but I like the color ones a lot for some reason. They look really cool to me. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these small ones over here. And we're going to use the big ones today so you can see more easily what I'm talking about. So I'm going to it's not like, oh my goodness, this, okay, owl, there's an owl feather trying to get your attention about something. So if that's one of your, okay, so again, you were looking at the back, so I'm going to mix them up a bit and see what happens. And then I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to go, I'm just picking one randomly. Okay, I'm going to pick this one. Okay, so let's take a look. All right, so if I were going to scry with this scroll, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it and see what images pop out at me, because scrying is really looking for meaning in patterns and shapes and things like that. So I think I talked about it a little bit in the first video, where you can look at the wood grain on your door and you can see a picture. You could look at your wallpaper pattern and see a picture. You could look at the carpet in the restaurant you go to and see things in it. So it's like you can use almost anything for scrying. The clouds, and people have done that for forever, is scrying with clouds. And as you can see, this shred pulling is kind of addictive. So yeah, I think I'm going to put my little glue on there. All right, so let's take a look at this one. So the first thing I see is a Buddha. I see a sitting Buddha. Here's the head, here's the arms, here's the crossed legs, here's the feet. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I believe that the message here is if you will get some benefit out of meditating. And the fun thing is that none of these shapes were done on purpose. This was all something that just happened when I splooshed the ink on there. And yeah, so yes, you would benefit right now from meditation. Okay, there's also something about high heels and red lipstick. And if that is your thing, that's going to bring you some kind of attention coming up. I don't know if that's going to be, maybe that's the way you make your fashion statement. Somebody is going to notice that, and that's important because it's going to lead to something. I don't know what that is yet. Maybe we'll find out here. All right, something about striped socks. If you have striped socks, if you're wearing them right now, that might be a confirmation that this message is for you. I see a bow tie. So we've got red lips, high heels, bow tie. You may be going to a party of some kind, a fancy party where you might meet someone that's going to become important to your life. If you are going to a party and you've got your red lipstick and your high heels on, be looking for the guy in the bow tie or the person in the bow tie. Yeah, there's a bow tie here. Oh, I don't know if you can see it, sorry. There's a bow tie here. And there's a shape of a tie here as well. All right. So basically what I'm doing is I'm looking for shapes and I'm seeing what spirit, tells me about them. The channels that I got, there is a hot pepper. A hot pepper involved in, do you like hot peppers? There's like those cherry hot peppers. There's some yellow peppers. Maybe you're going to be eating a dish with peppers and it's going to be really good. Just be careful that they're not too hot.